There we go. All right, so looks like vertical's live. So vertical will go here. And then horizontal just needs a kick like it always does. All right, so vertical's good. I'll stop horizontal and then I'll start horizontal. I've been streaming to it all night, so I'm not too worried about it. Horizontal's already alive. I'm sorry, vertical's already alive. So I'm not too worried. But I've been streaming to it all night, so. And I just watched 2 shorts on it myself before I booted up stream. So I'm not too worried about it. I usually have problems with my one of the horizontal or the verticals, so I gotta give it a sec. All right. Still waiting on horizontal to come through, but it's fine. Yeah, I was gonna say, it should have stopped having issues around thereabouts. But sometimes horizontal, I swear, needs a kick in the junk. Also, Drex, I gotta figure out how to merge my chat still, because sometimes it'll do it randomly and sometimes it won't. Give me one more second here. I gotta wait for horizontal chat to kick in anyways. Okay, that's what that sound was. Oth was doing noises in the other room, as is tradition. Still trying to get horizontal to come up. As soon as I can get horizontal to come up. There's a program I have to, oh, for that, yes. So somebody told me the other day, yeah. Dang, there's 4 possums on Critter Vision right now? That's a lot of possums. That's kind of cute, actually. Also, says I flip the stream too much on and off, and that's why I can't get horizontal to work. Alright. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna refresh this first. And then I'm going to do this. And then I'm gonna wait. This is normally what it does, but all right, cool. I got it to work. I don't know why that's the way I have to get it to work, but it works. Okay, so this, and this. All right, I think I'm ready to go. I just felt like yapping, so we're gonna yap while this is going on. I just felt like yapping. Oh yeah, right, this is attempt number 71, not 70. Sometimes I just want to yap. It's hard for me to play Tears and yap as much. This I can just mindlessly play and yap. So if I ever see this game, just assume I want to yap. Or I haven't finished it yet or something like that, you know. Hey, Leslie. I think I saw you at the show tonight, didn't I? Is it just me? Or like, I feel like I'm getting better at hosting. I'm not sure how, but I feel like I'm just getting better at hosting with every episode. Mindless? That's me. Hell yeah, Leslie, thank you. I am technically allowed to use GDQ clips as long as I'm in there. I was included in that old... Oh, Mel, hey, how are you doing, Mel? I was included in that old poll, and I'm like, what the piss? Oh, Mel, my corgi plush came in today. I washed it and stuff because, you know, it came from a different place. Oh my gosh, my Newton corgi plush is so freaking adorable. Yeah, it's gonna be in my bed with me. Hang on. I gotta wait anyways. It's worth it. Here, let me pause. It's worth it for an awe moment. You ready for this? You ready for this? This is so cute. Look at him. What a cutie. What an absolute cutie. I know. It's my Newton plush. I know. I know. Yo, thanks for streaking, Jake. What a cutie, right? It's Newton from Bridgerton. It's totally for me. I love this plush. It was only $20, but I had to get it on eBay because apparently it's from like 2 years ago. Apparently it's from like 2 years ago. Yeah, Newton's the name of the dog from Bridgerton. Season 2 peak of season 2. You should find out who Newton is on season 2, episode 1. Newton's such a good boy. Newton dislikes my favorite character on the show, but that's okay. He's cute, so I'll excuse him for it. You just started season 2? Well, I believe you should meet Newton in the first episode. Newton is the Sharma's dog. Newton belongs to Kate and Edwina Sharma. Your birthday's tomorrow? Well, happy early birthday, Jake! I freaking love... Well, I'm gonna get pictures of me and Tonk when I go see Mel. So I'll get pictures of me and a corgi. I kind of want a corgi myself once I'm allowed to get a dog. But then that means I can't really get one from the shelter because corgis never appear at the shelter. At least that I know of. So Pika, in terms of the books, I just got up to about that point in the books because I'm reading the book. I did a lot of reading last night. I am most of the way, from what I can understand, I'm a lot of the way through book 1. Trying to get to the good part, which is book 2. Yes, there's books. I have them on my Kindle. Yes. It's also where I stash all of my fellow travelers and Bridgerton and such stickers, so I put them all over my my Kindle holder. One of the stickers I have says probably reading smut, which Bridgerton kind of is. I told you all, we're still waiting to hear back from the Social Impact Fund. If I can get a guarantee that, what was it? I figure out some way otherwise. If I can get the Social Impact Fund to make sure my Twitch stream donations go directly to the Shameless Fund, I will read smut for donations for charity. I will read smut for charity. As much as I will frickin' blush my way through it because thoughts and things and stuff, I will do it for charity. I just felt like yapping tonight, and I don't know how well I can yap during tears, so. Well, right now, like I said, I'm part of the way through book. I'm gonna get the physical copies of the books too. When Auth and I go to IKEA next, which is looking like the beginning of April right now, I'm gonna have like an entire shelf devoted to like all of my Bridgerton memorabilia in the room. Because right now it's all on my bedside table, and I don't know how Auth feels about me now. Thanks to my chat. This is thanks to y'all. I got my autographed picture of Jonathan Balian today, and I am just so happy about it. I don't know how Auth feels about it being next to my bed, but you know, it is what it is. Good night, Mel. Yeah, I'll let you know when I go to IKEA. I tend to put social stuff on Instagram and Blue Sky. When I go to New York City and Washington, D.C., I'm going to be posting pictures to there and still shorts to there while I'm gone. So I'm actually big into social media right now. Unlike Auth, I'm not that much of a private person. Not like there's anything wrong with being a private person, but I'm not a super private person. I'm kind of more open to people. I respect people's privacy. I'm just not a private person. Yeah, the nearest IKEA is 2 hours from us. Oh, Mel, it might actually, if we have time when we see you, we might go to the IKEA near you instead. That way I can buy cinnamon rolls and eat them while I'm on break. Because we were going to go on our way back from South Carolina because we're visiting a friend of ours in South Carolina. We were just going to hit up the one in Charlotte. But if you got ones 30 minutes away from you, that actually might be better for me. And I mean, we're going to have the car there anyways. We're not flying. We're going to drive and then take the train from your place to New York. So. Hey, Pika, thanks for hanging out on YouTube. Thank you. Sorry, I know you said you're going to sleep. I did not mean to call you back in. Doubles as a fur factory. Yeah. Have I been to Yes, I've been to Carowinds. That was actually one of the first places I went out on a date with Auth, actually. So Auth wasn't really into roller coasters the way I am. For those who don't know me, I love roller coasters. Like, I absolutely adore roller coasters. Very few I will not ride. Like, I ride like 99% of them. Auth didn't know if he liked roller coasters until I, on our first date, took him on Intimidator, which is a 210-foot drop. And the whole way up, he was like, do I like roller coasters? And I'm like, Auth, that's not the time to be asking this question. You are strapped into this thing, babe. You are strapped into this thing, and we're heading up a hill, and that shit ain't stopping. Oh, yeah. Mel went on Steel Vengeance with me. Mel, we gotta go back to Cedar Point at some point. That was such a good summer. I have, like, less weight, too, now, so I should be able to, like, fit in and fit more comfortably into all the rides, too. I rode Fury. Auth will not go on Fury with me, though. Auth will not go on Fury with me. You're right. Thanks for being on YouTube as well. Thank you. Auth will not go on Fury, though. He'll go on Steel Vengeance, which was like 250 feet, but there's something about the jump from 250 to about 300, 310 feet that he just... that just seems to be where his personal line was. Something about that last... Son of a biscuit. I did not hit the jump button. That's okay. That was on me. I entirely... I will be accountable to that death. I will be accountable to that one. That was me, honestly, doing a derp. Oh, well, I get car sick. That's the funny thing about me. Now, explain this one, everyone. How the frick do I get car sick? Yo, Mike, thank you so much for being on YouTube. I appreciate that. How do I I get freaking sick in a car, but I can ride the most wild of roller coasters? Can somebody please explain that mindset to me? Like, I have to be like half asleep in a car to not get motion sick. I go on a wild roller coaster though, no problems. No problem whatsoever. Explain that one to me. No, I try not to look at my cell phone in the car. Man, I do sometimes, but I really try not to. Yeah, I have to. I went on a cruise once in my life, and I had to take Dramamine the whole damn time. Like, I was not taking a chance in getting sick. My in-laws really enjoy going on cruises, though, so I went on for them, because honestly, cruises they were a fear of mine. Like, getting on a big cruise ship, like, I'd seen Poseidon Adventure one too many times, and I was actually really afraid of cruise ships up until when I went on the one I did with my in-laws. So yeah, I took Dramamine like the whole damn time I was on the cruise ship. Yeah. But I think the older I get, the worse it gets, because I never used to get plane sick either. And I want to say it was like a year and a half ago. I mean, I didn't get sick on the last like 2 planes I was on, but like a year and a half ago, it was like the first time I felt kind of nauseous on a plane, and I'm like, that's weird. Usually I'm fine on planes. So I don't know if it's like me getting old. Was it the Caribbean? Yeah. I went from South Carolina to like Nassau or something like that because my in-laws live in Charleston. I would go on a cruise ship again unless, you know, my mother-in-law really likes them, unless she really wants to go on one. I don't know, Otter. That was a pretty bad storm the first night, and I was ready to kick ass because I was like, you brought me on this ship, and now this thing is doing weird shit. That was my first freaking night on a cruise ship, and I was freaking scared shitless. Do we have no No, I just started. No, I worked my second job tonight, which I do on not all Tuesdays, but some Tuesdays. So I just literally booted up stream like maybe 10-15 minutes ago. Hey, Spoon. This feeling, this is kind of off subject from where we were before. You ever like look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, and I don't mean this philosophically, I mean this like quite literally. I looked at myself in the mirror the other day between like my new tattoo, my new glasses, and the fact I had lost 60 pounds, and I'm like, do I not look like myself anymore? Like, you ever have that moment? Like, do I look that differently lately, or am I just imagining things? Like, I felt like last night I was having like this Twilight Zone-esque moment where I felt like an entirely different person, and I'm like, do I look that different than I did like 2 months ago? I feel like I do. That was a weird moment I had last night. So yeah, I thought that was kind of odd. Yeah, I think it was just a lot of changes at once, you know, between me getting like actual glasses that I love, my new tattoo, and then like I said, I'm down like 60 pounds. I'm just like, I look so different right now. I mean, I don't mind it. I freaking love whatever it is I've turned into. I just didn't realize that I had changed that much, you know? It's just the most odd feeling in the world, but again, like, I'm not like, it's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing by any means. Oh, you want to see my tattoo? Sure, I can show it. It's still in the healing process. Let me at least wait till I get done with this castle. I get a cutscene after this castle. My tattoo is a tribute to a combination of Wicked and Bridgerton. Okay, I don't know how he didn't die there, but we take those. Okay. I kind of did, honestly. Here, I'll just do this since the run's going. I don't know, like, I can go full screen later, but this is what it kind of looks like. It's gonna be healing for, like, the next month. But, like, yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I love it. I have to right now clean and moisturize it 2 to 3 times a day, depending on like what I'm doing that day. Why do I know when I'm gonna die before I die? Like I hit the input and I'm like, yeah, that's a death. All right, let's give me attempt number 73. That's right. Every run is practice. Nothing is wasted. We don't waste anything here. You know what? I used to be afraid of getting a tattoo. And then I used to be afraid of the commitment of getting a tattoo. And then there's just something where you turn from like your mid-30s to your more, we'll call it more mid-30s. I wouldn't call it late 30s until my birthday this year. Then it can kind of be late 30s. But there's something about aging where it's just like, you kind of just say, frick this, you know? Like you just go for it, you know? You're like, well, life is getting a little short. Might as well do some shit. You know, you can quote me on that. Life is short. Might as well do some shit. I think it's a good quote. No, my, oh, also, hey, welcome back, Parasocial. My first one is on my chest. I would love to show it, but I don't know if it would be against Twitch TOS, not unless I was wearing a tank top. I'd have to basically, like, my tattoo is like somewhere like right above where my bra is. So I don't know if Twitch would like that. You just want too many. Oh, yeah, that was me as of this year, Talos. Just Google search Teamer Clan. T-E-M. I should just put it in the Discord, my first tattoo, because there's a way for me to take a picture where it doesn't look as lewd. Like, pictures are fine, but, like, I'm just afraid to show it, like, live on stream because it's too close to a very, what people want to be covered. I don't care personally, but I think Twitch would care. It very much is, Pika. It very much is. It's from the Human Rights Campaign. Come on, Bowser. Jump. Thank you. Yeah, I still need to get an emote of something like that, Biggie. Yeah, my first tattoo is MTG. This one's a little different. Yeah, I'm currently taking a break from MTG, but it is still a big part of my life, and I freaking love the Teamer Clan. Yeah. But yeah, that's on that note, Pika, like it's totally like that's part of me discovering who I am and me not being ashamed, you know? Hence again, you know, I owe so much of like everything to the Shameless Fund, you know? Just good message, good charity. Again, when I say it's close to my heart, I mean it. That's why I really need to get a hold of somebody from the Social Impact Fund this week so I can finally get that dang Twitch charity button I've been wanting to go with it. Like, I can technically put it up right now, but it wouldn't be guaranteed to go to the program I wanted to, so that's why I haven't put it up yet. Yo, Glib! Yo, Glib! How the heck you doing? Thank you so much for the big ol' 115. Oh my gosh, Glib, thank you. Also, welcome back, Controller. Good to see you. Welcome back, gamers. Hey, Oko's a sweetheart. Oko's such a sweet. Oko is my Magic the Gathering husbando, okay? Oko is my boo in Magic the Gathering, okay? Well, technically, I mean, I guess if we're being technical, the final, oh my gosh, I cannot pronounce it right. Garatia from Final Fantasy XIV. Technically, that's my Magic the Gathering husbando. But if we remove the universes beyond out of that, then it's Oko. So Oko's technically second place, but, you know, Final Fantasy is going to be Final Fantasy, you know? My cat boy is always going to be first place. Garahatia? Or Grahatia. You know what? I could have sworn I heard one of my friends say that. Thank you. But yeah, that's forever going to be my MTG boo now. Sorry I don't make the rules. Unless they make a Loomis card for if they bring back Jurassic Park, then that would also be my boo. I mean, there's good reasons for it. No, please, thank you. I have good reasons for feeling that way, trust me. Very good reasons. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, sure. Somebody... No comment. No comment. Let's take that from the top. That was a lot of feel. That was the most emotional 3-1 I think I've ever had for many reasons. Well, yeah, of course. Do you think I just jumped in that hole on purpose? No, my mind was elsewhere, clearly. I hate that my hands give it away sometimes where my mind is. It's embarrassing. Oh, don't mind me. Don't mind me. Indeed. Spoon, big head. What am I gonna do with I knew I gave away too much information the other night. Of course. Finds that if he ever finds this stream, y'all better not tell on me, otherwise I'm gonna be really embarrassed. Okay. Yeah, that's me. No! I can't have my mind there right now, okay? I don't move my hands gooder while I'm thinking about that, all right? Thanks, Ray. That's what, literally, that clip right there is what happens when my brain short circuits, okay? Baggy Biscuit's been out like all night. He's been a hungry boy. Hey, Emos, how you doing? How the hell you doing, Emos? 20 gay Emos. How you doing? Good to see you. Spoon, you can DM it to me. That way you don't have to hold it in. I may be a little starstruck because I finally have obtained an autograph. Mind you, it's not the way I wanted to obtain it, but we still take those, you know? Alright, so we've had this talk before, Wiz. I'd have to play 130 hours to get where I want to get to. 130 hours. Let's think about that for a sec. Okay, you deemed him. Well, okay. All right, I'll give you my live reaction, Spoon. Will that count? All right, give me a sec, Spoon. Let me just finish this level. Okay, so this reminds me of the time at the last GDQ. I forget who it was that I was talking about this with Fleck, because Fleck plays 14. And I remember, I don't know which friend walked into the room when this happened, but literally somebody entered the room, that was friend. And I was like, would you wait 130 hours for porn? And literally somebody walked in and I'm like, look, it's not what it looks like. Maybe it's what it looks like. I think it was for mental porn. I think that was what I said. Oh yeah, I promised Spoon I'd take a look at this. All right, what'd you say, Spoon? Oh, yeah, Spoon. Yeah. No. That's not where I thought it was going. I thought it was going to be way more specific than that. But yeah, of course. No, CT was already... Actually, it may have been CT. I may have just been talking to Fleck in the room, and CT may have come in and was like... Because that was his room at the... It may have been CT, the more I think about it. Because CT always seems to be at the right place at the right time. Oh god, if CT sees my like entirety of my bedside table, I'm so getting judged by him the next time he comes over. I'm so getting judged. Hell, Off judges me probably on a nightly basis. Yeah. Well, that's what happens though when I'm at a GDQ. Like, you never know what I'm gonna say if I'm not on the clock and somebody walks in on me, you know? Like, people just seem to catch me at the worst possible time and I'm talking about something lewd. Because of course I'm talking about something lewd. I'm like 90% of the time talking about something lewd. You know? Like, people watch like my hotfix show and they think I'm like this very pure saintly person, and then they come in on here and, you know, they hear me say a lot of things and stuff, and they're like, wait a second, this isn't what I thought I signed up for. And I'm like, welcome to my stream. Yeah. Sorry. I am not a clean person. Mind in the gutter at least 90% of the time. At least 90% of the time, if not more. I will get my Bridgerton playmat signed one day, though. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, me and Spike Vegeta actually have a lot in common. Me and Spike have a lot in common, actually. I've actually been compared to Spike a lot lately. Which, honestly, freaking compliment. The man's talented, you know? I'll take that compliment all damn day. Big Head, did Critter Vision just go down? My peripheral vision is telling me Critter Vision's down. Oh, Desi, you just missed the lewd moment. No, you don't understand how much I already have on my bedside table. And I'm not, okay, Critter Vision's back. Okay. I have a Sexiest Man Alive issue in like plastic wrap on my bedside table. I have now an autograph on my bedside table. I have a copy of Bridgerton, well, the first like 2 books of Bridgerton. I have a Kindle with both books of Wicked, of the base Wicked, because there's a lot of Wicked, and at least the first 3 books of Bridgerton on it. My bedside table is, oh, right, I have 2 plushes of Fiero on there. One is a Care Bear, one is just the Scarecrow. And now I have Newton, which is the dog that, well, without giving much away, the dog from season 2. Which Care Bear? It's the one where the Care Bear is dressed as Fiero, the Scarecrow from Wicked. It's super cute, too. Yes, both my things, both my Sexiest Man Alive issue and my autograph is in plastic wrap, yes. It's not for the... Spoon, it's not for the reason you think. Oh my god, no. Spoon, that's gross. What the piss? And that's just what's on my table. That's not what's in my drawer, and we're not gonna talk about that again. I use again. Oh, Sky. Come on. Okay. Get it back. Get it back together, girl. Get it back together. Get it back together. There we go. Thank you. Yeah. No, it's not Spoon's fault. It's my lewd, it's my celebrity crush and my lewd mind's fault, okay? I'm not gonna blame Spoon for something that's already in my head, okay? I'll be honest about that. Hey, Kiki, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, come on, Sky. Come on. Move, thank you. All right, good. All right, good. All right, cool, we're going to World 4. All right, I can be lewd and make it to World 4, but that doesn't mean I should be lewd. Something could, should. No, my mind will not get out of the gutter, thank you very much. I wouldn't be my entire self if it wasn't in the gutter. Oh yeah, definitely, Biggie. All right, let's go. Indeed, Spoon, indeed. See, my problem is, chat. Here's the problem. I never had that phase of my teenage years where, like, I was into, like, a celebrity or a musician. I never had that growing up. I never had anything like that growing up. So now it's like my mind is trying to play catch up on that kind of deal, you know? I never had that phase of my life in my teenage years. Aw. I never said that! I just never... I don't know how to put it. I can't go through 4-3 and think like this right now. There's just, that's not, and it's gonna be worse than 4-4 if I don't die here to frickin' William, all right? Ah, piss. Okay, move, 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 move. Great, thank you. Come on! Okay. Jesus, I didn't think I had enough momentum there. No, when I was a kid, even before I started, like I had like little celebrity crushes, you know? I thought Jeff Goldblum from Independence Day was cute, you know? Oddly enough, that man's in Wicked as well, but he plays the bad guy. Yeah, he's still a pretty attractive guy. Yeah, for sure, for sure. That was my own fault. I wasn't even thinking loot at that point in time. All right, number 75. Let's go. The problem with me is when I feel something, it's quite intense, right? Like, you know, most people, they just, at least to my knowledge, a lot of people just like kind of feel something. It's like, but me, like, I don't know how to half-ass a feeling. That's always my problem, you know? Like, I just go all in, for better or for worse. And I guess that's kind of like what makes my streaming personality kind of charming. But also at the same time, it's like, sometimes it's just a downright distraction. Like, for me, like, in general, there's like no little feelings in my life. Like, everything feels like a big feeling to me, you know? Which is great when it's a good feeling, right? But it's just, it's very extreme for me. And I've gotten better at managing it over time, but it's like, sometimes like, do I want to manage it? Like, if it's a good thing, do I have the willpower to manage it? And the funny thing is that Auth is one of them, like, I know he's gotten like more expressive on stream. Auth is actually a pretty stoic guy. So like, it like works out because like I have enough feelings for me and him. And he has enough stoicism for me and him. Auth is very much a private person. Yeah, Auth does not like to give anything away. Like, he'll be expressive on stream about the game, but when it comes to like things in life, he does not give anything away. Auth is a very, very reserved guy. Like, even I don't know everything, and I've been living with the guy for, you know, over a decade. Yeah, Auth's pretty quiet IRL. Indeed. But again, like, I got enough for both of us in terms of being bolsterous, so. And remember when I told you all that, like, up until, I want to say November, like, I was truly not giving my full self away on stream. Like, I was very shy to be my actual full self. Sometimes I still get shy about it. Okay, can you move, please? No, that's not what I meant. Can you try again? Thank you. Had to have a whole ass conversation with him before he'd let me through. A lot of asses tonight, I know. So my problem is, though, as Emus has kind of pointed out, when I get thirsty, I get really thirsty, and that's a problem, you know? That is something that's difficult for me to contain sometimes. But that's okay, because, like, I know how to make light of it, too, you know? Indeed, Tessie. It's kind of like that meme of Fry from Futurama, where it's, like, not sure if or if. Like, it's like, not sure if perimenopausal or just horny on main, you know? Like, that's a good coin flip for a lot of days out of my life, you know? But I'll tell you something. whatever has caused whatever changes I've been going through in the past 3 months, it's made me a better host on random number generation, so there's that at least, you know? I can't remember the last time I was this confident hosting on RNG. Well, I mean, obviously other than the past 3 months, but you know what I'm saying. Yo, we're streaking. Oh my gosh, why? 90 streams. Hell yeah, gamer, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that so much. Anyways, I think I know how all this happened. Back when I was in like high school, I think I scared a lot of people away with my big personality, and I think after a certain point I socially withdrew because a lot of people were scared by my big personality. And I think that's kind of like what caused me to kind of like crawl into a shell for a while, you know? I think I'm still trying to figure all of it out later in my life, how to get out of that state, you know? I'm figuring it out, though. I feel like it's had mostly a positive impact on me the past few months. Also, just switching meds, period, has had, like, a really big chemical impact on me as well, but that didn't take effect until after I got back from GDQ and MagFest. But I think I arrived at the conclusion with my therapist that that was definitely changing my personality in a bad way, my old meds. So yeah, I have to pay the extra like $500 a month, but like, it's made such a big difference for me. Yeah, I don't want to not... I'm happy with the change that I've made, so I kind of have to eat the cost monthly now, just because my life is that much more improved with what I'm on right now, so... But yeah, and that is... Shit. That is with a coupon, too. That is, like, with a manufacturer coupon. But yeah, $500 a month for that. That's why I've been like really trying to branch out, really trying to work my ass off lately, stream a little bit extra. Like I want to make sure I can like make up for that, you know? Yeah, I wish parasocial now. No. It was definitely an adjustment for me and Auth to do that. Ass always. Why do you think I got an ass emote? Also, welcome back, Zephron. I'm doing very much better on these meds. I was going through some shit late last year, like mentally. And we traced it, and when I say we, like my therapist and I traced it back to those other meds I was on. She was like, why didn't you tell me you were shit. Why didn't you tell me you were on that before? And I was like, oh, I guess I missed out on a key detail there, huh? No, my therapist is great. And I don't mind talking about it because, again, like, if you can get help, go do it. Like, there's so much bad stigma around it that, like, if you can and feel like you need to, and it's within your means, like, don't be afraid to ask for help. I can't stress that enough. But again, I acknowledge there's a lot of privilege around that too, you know? Me and Auth have made things work, though. I agree, Spoon. Oh, you had a good time on my show? I was just talking earlier about how I feel like like in the past, again, since everything's kind of changed with me, I feel like I'm a much better host ever since, you know? So I'm more than happy as someone who's in like a more public setting to talk about these things because, again, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not afraid to admit that I was in a really dark spot in my life last fall, you know? I'm just happy I'm out on the other side and I'm stronger than I ever have been before. No, I agree. Like, and now people can share what they want to share, you know, but again, I am a public figure and I've been trying to take that more seriously lately. If I can help somebody maybe arrive at the conclusion that maybe they should seek some help for something or that there's alternatives to suffering, like why the hell not, you know? But I appreciate that, controller breakers. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Again, I feel like people... I feel like, I don't know if you all have noticed it, but I feel like there's... Again, this goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, where I took time to actually look at myself in the mirror today, and I feel like... I looked at myself, and I'm like, I feel like an entirely different person, but like in a good way. Like, I feel very different than I did about 6 months ago. Okay, Bowser, please. Please, buddy. Thank you. That's okay, Flood. No worries. I had to start late tonight anyways. We'll be back at our usual time tomorrow. Of course, Lorelai. No. I don't want to waste another moment on stream being someone other than myself and doing and speaking from, you know, we may have our goofy moments here, mind you, like we did a little while ago, but like, I don't want to waste another moment being someone other than myself or concealing parts of myself, you know? Oh, thanks, Emus. I appreciate that. But even just like physically looking at myself in the mirror and stuff, I'm like, I look at pictures of myself from 6 months ago and I look at pictures of myself now and I'm like, this is like fundamentally different to me. Oh, me? It is still Tuesday for me and it's almost 11:30 my time. I normally stream, I'm gonna try, like I said, I'm gonna try to start my streams at about 6:30 every day. I want to start streaming earlier so folks who are watching me in Europe might have a chance to catch some of my stream before they go to sleep. But I didn't get out of my second job until about 10, and then I take a small break for myself, you know, just to give myself a little bit of a breather, rejuvenate for a few minutes. So by the time I did all that, I'm not live till 10:30 when I work my second job. It is Horny Tuesday. Yeah, we did celebrate Horny Tuesday. Very true, Spoon. Very true. On Thursday, by the way, I do want to announce this. On Thursday, myself and my wonderful friend and editor Drex will be doing a Ocarina of Time randomizer on Thursday. We'll be doing a archipelago, which means we'll be working together. So Thursday, Ocarina of Time randomizer. Don't miss it. It'll be a very cozy stream. And I know YouTube used to love their Ocarina of Time randos, so YouTube will rejoice that day. Yeah. Again, not only do I want to hang out with my bud Drex, my bud Drex is also trying to go for Twitch partner right now, so I want to do everything in my power to help him out. He's always been good to me in Auth. Drex was there for me when I did my Mythic Championship I think it was Mythic Championship 2019. Auth could not go with me to Mythic Championship 19, so Drex and I got an Airbnb, and he stayed with me because I have this fear, had this fear. I think if I needed to nowadays, I feel like I'd be a little bit better, but I had this fear at the time of traveling alone, so Drex met me on the other side and helped me out for that weekend, you know, just in terms of like, you know, being there for me when I was on the other side of the country from my partner, you know? So, you know, I very much want to show like the kind of person who Drex is, you know, because Drex is a good guy. So if I can do anything to help out Drex, I'm going to. Yeah. Like, obviously, if I get picked for the traders, I feel like I'm in a better headspace right now where I could do that without much issue. I would have never signed up to even be in the pool for the traders if I felt like I couldn't do it. That was actually a pretty big step for me, just entering the pool of people for that. I actually kind of applauded myself for that. I'm like, wow, I did something that would normally make me terrified, you know, fear of not making it, because obviously, like, more people don't make it than make it. And if I do get selected, my fear of being away from my partner for so long. So that was a, oh my gosh, Drex made a PD emote? Oh, look at him. What a precious baby. Aw. I love dogs so much. I would eventually like to own a house one day and get a dog of my own. I know, das Floof. And again, the funny thing is, you know, even like when I was streaming, like people were talking about before, there would be times where I would just do a lot of gameplay and not talk. Not like there's anything wrong with that. But nowadays, like, I've been so happy just streaming shit and yapping lately. I never used to yap this much. I mean, which I know seems weird for like a content creator, but sometimes it would just be easier for me to get lost in my game and let my game do shit. But now I'm just yapping about everything. Which again is something I wouldn't have done even 6 months ago. Aw, I love kitties. Aw, those are such cute emotes. Is that Pauline Spoon from Bonanza? Yeah, I've actually been watching a lot of friends' streams and trying to learn from them on how to yap. So right now, my quote-unquote inspirational yappers. Kuiper? I very much look up to Kuiper for his ability to yap. Kuiper's a hell of a role model to have for that. And then, of course, Spike. Spike's pretty good yapper. Trying to think if there's anybody else that I've been watching lately. Obviously, Pi. Pi is very much a yapper. So I've been trying to, like, learn from friends, you know? But I don't know, like, I've just found it so enriching lately to be vulnerable with chat. I don't know what it is, but like, oh, right, I missed that, that's fun. I have found it so, like, fulfilling to be vulnerable with chat. I don't know why, but like, I don't know, I've been kind of enjoying it. Anyways, needless to say with all of this, I feel like I finally have the courage to audition to host again for Summer Games Done Quick, so even if I don't make it, I feel confident that I can still lift myself up, knowing that I did it, you know? I mean, I can't give credit entirely to myself, though. There's been a lot of wonderful people who've either been regulars here before, we've had new folks in, combination of that, and I feel like also it's just chat's been easier for me to talk to overall. So, you know, it's work on everybody's end, you know, it's not just me. What it is. Maybe I just enjoy being a human with chat. And I've even been that way on RNG more. Like, you know, you'll hear me talk about the runners about interests or experiences that we have in common versus just sticking to game commentary, you know? Which I feel like for an audience in 2026, I find that to be more interesting and successful, quite honestly. I would much rather listen to somebody talking about random stuff than just talking about the same old commentary in a game, you know? I got a good group. Why do you think sometimes I turn, even like, you know, tonight after I've already been yapping for 3 hours, why do you think I turn on my stream? It's not entirely because I have this hankering to get the shit kicked out of me in lost levels. Thanks, William. Thanks for illustrating my point, bud. You didn't have to do that, but you did, and that's fine. That's totally okay. Anyways. Yeah, speaking of that, right? It's because I want to talk to you all. And that's a much different reason than I've ever had to turn on stream, you know? Frickin' William. Yes, it's Bullet William. We have to be proper in this chat, okay? William cannot share a name with Will Riker. That's too vulgar. That's too vulgar. So Bullet Bill is now William because I said so. No! Spoon, you will not bring up that kind of heresy. There's no way William could ever be a Bridgerton. Mm-mm. Bad. 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 You can call him Burbrook. You can call him William Burbrook, because frick Lord Burbrook. That guy's an asshole. There you go. See? See, Pika was on the same wavelength as me. Good job, Pika. Good job. My resident Bridgerton fan in chat. Thank you. Thank you. That's William Burbrook to y'all. Don't you dare give him the Bridgerton name. That's reserved for, you know, Ironmon mons that do good shit for me. I'm glad you all are having fun with that. Oh yeah, by the way, I will not spoil obviously, but there's 2 great things happening next week for me. Survivor's coming back for Survivor 50, which by the way, one of my favorite Survivor people of all time is going to be on it. Of course, an old school player. One of the ladies that I've looked forward to the most in reality TV, her name's Stephanie LaGrossa, I want to say, or something like that. But anyways, she is in Survivor 50. She played on Survivor 10 in Palau. Quite a story. If you haven't watched Survivor 10, watch Survivor 10. But she's going to be playing on Survivor 50, and I freaking looked up to her so much. Still do, honestly. She is a tough game player. Yes, you need to watch Bridgerton. I actually have a fan club for Bridgerton right in my Discord. Anybody here not in my Discord that wants to be in my Discord? Can somebody throw that up for me, please? It should be at discord.gg/Skybilz. If you want the Bridgerton role, please request it. The only thing is you have to talk in spoilers in that chat. You have to talk in spoilers in that chat because we don't want to accidentally risk ruining anything for anyone. We're very careful in there. Y'all, I know this seems like a really difficult goal to play this without dying. I'm gonna do this one day. I'm gonna finish this frickin' YOLO challenge, and it's gonna feel so good after 70 plus attempts, or probably 100 or 200 plus attempts by the time it happens. I am determined to get this done. Also, if there's anybody on YouTube lurking, again, I don't have my YouTube numbers up right now, and somebody wants my Discord link, just let me know. I'll post it when I get a chance. Again, I never know how many people are watching on YouTube at any given time. I don't have that stat up, but if you are someone on YouTube who's lurking and you want in on the Discord, just let me know. I'll hook you up. Well, I subject myself to doing this as small Luigi. I fully acknowledge that. Again, it's just my speedrunning brain. I hate playing as bigger Mario or bigger Luigi in this. It's a Sky problem. It's not necessarily a problem with the challenge. You're watching on YouTube? Hell yeah. How many people we got on YouTube? We have 8 on horizontal tube. We have 8 people on the horizontal tube. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go, chat. That's awesome. Anytime I get close to 10 concurrents on YouTube, I get excited. Yes, even in the way you're thinking of, I get excited. Yes, I'll fully admit that. I get horny for numbers. Why the fuck not, you know? All right. You're 2 episodes into season 4. Oh, hang on. Yo, Ada. Or, sorry. Is that RX7 man? Welcome. I can't read out. I'm sorry I called you out of lurking. Thank you for the big emote. I appreciate that. All right, so let me read what you had to say now. 2 episodes into season 4 and your wife watched all the other episodes without you. When you say all the other episodes, do you mean like of the entire series or just all the other episodes of all the other episodes of I mean, there's only 2 other episodes out right now. The other 4 don't come out till next week. Oh, let her watch ahead if she wants to, you know? The funny thing is, I always laugh about how this whole thing started of season 4. Well, you know what you do? You know what you do, controller? You want a good way to get back? Turn on Fellow Travelers and just don't say anything to her and just enjoy. And she's gonna be like, wait, what's this? And you're gonna be like, yeah, this shit's good. I cannot say enough good things. Like, you all know how much I'm in love with Bridgerton, right? I think I enjoy Fellow Travelers just a little bit more, but there's only ever going to be 1 season. It's a mini series. I legit think, and it's only by like a micro millimeter, I think I like Fellow Travelers just a little bit more than Bridgerton. Horny for Numbers is a good band name? Hell yeah. I actually just decked my computer out and my laptop out in Fellow Travelers stickers today. Frickin' looks amazing. But yeah, if you haven't seen that, Fellow Travelers is probably my favorite show now next to Bridgerton. It's like if I had a tier list, Fellow Travelers is S and Bridgerton's like A++++. And the only reason why Bridgerton doesn't edge it out is because the actors are the same throughout Fellow Travelers. So I know when I'm oh my gosh. Wait, Parasocial, you've seen Fellow Travelers? Oh my gosh, I love that show so much. I do. I may have to rewatch it again soon, or at least like some of my favorite episodes. It's only 8 episodes, but it's so good. I think there's only like 1 episode that was kind of on. All the other episodes have been freaking good. It very much is. It very much is. And I love that about it. Actually, I told myself, now Desi, I don't know if you're still here, so I'm sorry if I called you out of lurking. If I ever get a chance to see Desi in person, we're having a Fellow Travelers watch party because I know Desi would enjoy it. Yeah, controller, like, what did I watch it on? It was on Paramount Plus, and I already had that because of Survivor anyways. Please watch it, controller. And I'm telling you now, you want to get back at her for watching ahead in a very funny way? Like, you don't have to, but like, you know, just as like more of a joke than anything. Like, just pop that shit on, watch it, because it was so good. And then she's gonna be like, what is this? And you're like, haha, that's my secret. This is the good shit right here. But I have to warn you though, if you all take my recommendations for stuff, I'm not responsible if there's crying. I have cried during at least half of the Bridgerton episodes and at least 3/4 of the Fellow Travelers episodes. So like, there is a lot of crying. You will laugh, but you will also cry a lot. Sometimes Fellow Travelers is a little too much on the nose with our current reality going on. But it has fueled me to want to keep pushing for charities, you know? especially LGBTQ plus charities. So there's that. Oh yeah, the other I guess content warning in air quotes I'd have to give you, not like you need it, because if you watch Bridgerton you're probably gonna be okay with it. There is like at least twice the amount of intensive nudity in Fellow Travelers than there is in Bridgerton. So just like if you're okay with that, that's fine, but I just wanted to warn you. Actually, I would say ever since I've gone through this, like the amount of changes that I've gone through, most of the shows I watch do have a lot of nudity in it now. Not sure if it's related or not, but I'm not complaining. Oh, not bad. I need to watch Heated Rivalry still. Okay. Okay. So like, yes. Yeah, I know I have to watch Heated Rivalry. I know. I really want to watch it. I have to get Oth to kind of warm up to it. I should just watch it. I should do the same thing I've done with Bridgerton and Fellow Travelers. So I entirely meant to watch those shows on my own. Good night, Biggie. But it happened twice. Once with each show. And it's like, I'll start watching the first episode. This happened with both Bridgerton and Fellow Travelers. I'll start watching the first episode, and Oth will be like, I'm going to bed. And I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. So I turn it on, and, you know, I'll kind of do my thing when I'm really pulled in by something. I'll just kind of stare there, kind of with, like, a dreamy look. Phone not open, laptop not open, just me kind of giving a dreamy look to the screen. And then Oth's like, what the frick, Sky? And I'm like, you know me, you know how it can be. And he's like, fine, I'll watch it. And I'm like, I never told you had to. No, I must watch. Okay, fine. And both times Oth has ended up falling in love with both those shows. Maybe not as much as me, but he loves it. And if that's the way I'm gonna get him to watch Heated Rivalry, like, that's fine. Okay, come on, move. Thank you. Good 4-4. Yeah, I feel like I'm in my smut era, but you know what? Like, I'm fully embracing it. Fully embracing myself. Like, I love it. But seriously, if you haven't done this comparison already, go back and look at a stream from like mid last year and like physically look at what my face looks like. And then like, actually, I could probably do that with Instagram after this. Like, I can show you all exactly what I mean. Like, it doesn't make sense until you put it side by side. But again, when I say I physically look that different, like, I'm not joking. I look like two different people. Come on. That's what the kids are called? I guess so, you know? Unless you're looking for some kind of deeper meaning there. Spoon! 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 I will own being lewd, okay? I own that shit, all right? Yo, demon! Oh god. I think this is the first time I've unleashed a poison mushroom. Okay. All right. Just un momento, por favor. No, I'm not gonna bonk and die that way. That's not how I'm gonna die, all right? Exactly, Rolo. I feel like too, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like it's contagious, right? Like I feel like if I'm doing all right, I feel like maybe, just maybe, somebody in chat will also start to feel all right, you know? Oh, I appreciate that, Jumpman. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Also, and might I add, I feel like the general public just likes it more too. I mean, that's not why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing because I feel better about myself. But, okay, William Burbrook, stop your shit. I mean it. Jerk. All right. Yeah, vibes are better. Exactly. But yeah, I really want to watch Heated Rivalry, Pika. Have you seen all of Heated Rivalry? Okay, hang on. I gotta focus here. I hate this castle so much. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a second. I shouldn't have stopped. I have to remember to go 1 pixel over from there. Okay. Listen, lunch. Good run, though. Good run. Okay, so I want to show you all something really quick. Yeah, lots of puckers there for sure, Drather. All right, where is my Instagram? Here it is. So we're gonna go on a quick field trip. Just a super quick field trip, all right? We're going on a quick field trip here. Everybody hang on for a sec, all right? So like, what was it? Like this was me like, maybe like a year or two ago. All right. This was me like maybe a year or two ago. All right. This is me now. Like, that's like night and day to me. Like, I realized this today. I'm like, how does that happen? Yeah, we've gotten to 6-2 before. Like, that's just dramatically different to me. Like, here's another example. Like, obviously I'm focused here. I'm not talking about the look on my face. I'm just talking about period. But like, you can't make that shit up. Like, I just look that different. Like, do you see what I mean now? Like, am I just looking through different colored glasses or something? Like, yeah, that's what I thought too, Pika. So like, yeah, I had that like moment where I looked at myself in the mirror this morning. I'm like, that's a new person. No, I understand. No, Jumpman, I'm a little more warm to stuff like that right now. You don't have to worry about like offending me or anything like that in that case. Like, don't worry. Yeah, like a subtle energy almost. Yeah. I love it though. Whatever this is, I like it. I feel comfortable with myself. right, what we got here? What changed for me? How did I find my way to relax content? Well, I think I don't know if Spoon's still in. Spoon has actually been a really big help. As much as I give Spoon shit about being a Jets fan and for calling out shit, you know, I needed more people in my life like Spoon. I've had some really good discussions with Spoon, and it's been a big help. Good discussions with Oth as well. Although Oth definitely had to adjust to the changes a little bit. It was a little more difficult for him. Where did I get my gloves from? Amazon, but I will tell you all now. I'm trying to work out a deal with Tantrum right now to get my own personal branding of compression gloves. We're working on it. My plan is to have my own brand of compression gloves that looks like various styles of animal claws. Like I want to get like, ever since what was it? Ritual Motion folded. I've been wanting to have like compression gloves that are actually fun for people to wear again, and to also promote hand health. So like, in an ideal world, I want to be the poster girl for hand health, because if I would have taken care of my hands back in college, I may have been. Yeah, I have to replace these every 4 to 6 months, by the way. Like these wear out a lot. Yo, take care, bully. I want to be the poster girl for hand health, though. Like, I really would love to go back into that. But yeah, getting back to your question, Jumpman. I think part of it was, I think I've officially been seeing a therapist for over a year now. I have, again, if I can be vulnerable, I don't mind, you know, I had a mix of like OCD, which I'm still dealing with that. I mean, like physical OCD from like hand washing to like having to jiggle on doors to make sure they're fully locked. I've been dealing with that for a while. And then also generalized anxiety was a really big barrier for me. And I'm still trying to overcome some of these things in my daily life. Actually, as a matter of fact, today, I've been looking up like more methods to deal just with like day-to-day common anxiety. Apparently like a worry stone is like a thing, like a nice smooth like worry stone to kind of like, you know, if I'm feeling anxious about something, to kind of just kind of move it between my fingers. So I've gotten myself one of those. Like it was fairly cheap. I got one off of Etsy. So I'm gonna see if that maybe works too. Just something a little more tangible that will keep me grounded outside of my thoughts when I start to worry. So I'm gonna give that a try. So I guess that's the other thing, like just like trying new things, right? But yeah, you do need to replace compression gloves every once in a while, unfortunately, Jeffy, because especially if you use them the amount I use them, because they get stretched out. What I typically do with compression gloves is I tend to order a size down of what I think I need. So I actually am wearing small gloves because I need that compression. Literally, that Chief looked up my ass and I died. Consent. And give it permission to look there. Yeah, I have sour candy as well, too, yeah. What else have I been doing in the last year? I have been challenging myself every once in a while. Now, mind you, this is more in a healthy way. To do something each day that might make me uncomfortable or even, like, kind of address, like, a given fear of mine. So, like, for example, applying to the traders, that was, again, that addressed my fear of rejection, which will probably happen just because, again, it's a pool of 10,000 people. So, it addressed my fear of rejection combined with my, if I do win, or not win, if I do get on the show, then I have to leave my stream for a month. And I'd have to leave Oth for a month, which would really push me out of my comfort zone. But like, even just like the act of applying for it and me having to like come to like a mental like consensus of how I would handle that was pretty neat. Thank you, Emus. I appreciate that. What else has really helped out? I mean, obviously, again, I laugh. I'm gonna cry when I talk about this. I'm very sorry in advance. But I do feel like it's, sorry, an important part of this answer. And that's like, it's about being inspired by somebody, right? And I was in a really dark spot in my life, and I saw Wicked for Good, and it completely changed me. And I tried to narrow down what it was, and I found out what it was, and it just entirely turned my world upside down to be inspired by someone else who was also just their genuine self, and no matter what he did. And again, when I tell you all that the Shameless Fund is like a really important thing to me, that's why. Because the person, not only is it for a great cause, and it is, and it's enabling me to be more like myself. Oh my gosh, Abney! Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. I'm getting all emotional here. Abney, how are you doing? Yo, can we get a shout out for Abney? Abney, by the way, I meant to ask you the last time you raided me real quick. I know you probably want to raid and relax, and I totally get that. Do you play any randomizers, Abney? Asking for a friend? I don't mean to put you on the spot, by the way. I was just genuinely curious. You pretty much only play Mario. Okay, fair enough. I'm always looking for like really cool people to be on my show Random Number Generation, so I didn't know if you had played randomizers or not. But it is kind of a randomizer in a way, actually. I didn't even think about that till now. Huh. I wonder if there's any way we can stretch Mario Kart 64 into a 3-hour show. I didn't even think about the fact that kart races are kind of a randomizer. Yeah, I'm looking for more content for my hotfix show, and I was thinking, like, I should ask Abney. Abney's, like, a pretty cool person, right? So that's why I figured I'd ask, you know? If I can figure out a way to stretch Mario Kart 64 into 3 hours, I'll get back to you on that, because that is kind of a neat concept. But thank you so much for raiding me. Welcome, raiders. I am Skybilz, and this is the most jacked up challenge I've ever done. Well, jacked up portion of a challenge I've ever done. So I am trying to complete lost levels without taking a single death. This is part of my YOLO campaign. Exclamation point YOLO in my Twitch chat. I say that because I'm also on YouTube, but exclamation point YOLO in my Twitch chat if you want to learn more about it. I have now completed, I want to say 15 or 16 games at this point without taking a single death. We've done Dracula's Curse recently with Sypha because I used to run Dracula's Curse, so I've had a lot of practice in that department. We did Mario 1, Mario 2 US, and now we are in Mario 2J. We'll probably be getting Mario 3 at some point soon as well into the mix. But yeah, if you want to stick around and find out how many games will I beat without taking a death and me adding onto my YOLO list, drop the follow. If you prefer YouTube as well, I am also on YouTube. You can catch VODs there. Feel free to drop a subscription there. If you want to know more about me, I'm also on Blue Sky and Instagram. That's my spiel. Also, welcome everyone. Oh yeah, it does have an AP, doesn't it? That's interesting. I'm actually, speaking of AP again, Thursday I'm actually going to be doing a Ocarina of Time randomizer AP stream with my friend Drex. So if that also interests you, I know a lot of y'all like the N64, obviously, otherwise you wouldn't be watching Abney. So feel free to do that again. If anybody has any other questions about my stream, I will open up the floor for AMA, especially for new folks who maybe want to talk. If you don't want to talk, that's also fine. You're more than welcome to just lurk here and have a good time that way and watch me spew, you know, swear words like piss at my thing. Incredible timing. I am just all about the timing tonight. Anyways, 80 bottles of beer on the wall. You take one down, you pass them down. And Pokemon? What kind of Pokemon stuff are you doing, Lorelai? I know. Yo, also Ultra Bisquick, I'm gonna tell you now, I am beyond looking forward to spending my belated, we'll call it belated birthday times with you. Totally up to you. Auth and I are thinking about getting there before the 4th of July again, so we don't mind if you gotta work. We can do stuff during the day. Is it a butt, Kirby? It better be a butt. All right, cat works too. Hi, Kirby. Nice cat. Cat. I explicitly gave Kirby mod power so no one can time that out if they wanted to. Hi, Kirby. But yeah, I'm an open book, so if anyone wants to know more about me, let me know. I have been a streamer for 13 years. Very old school speedrunner of 2D Mario games. Hey, why is a cool person can vouch? But yeah, you don't have to address it right now, Alta. That's just what we were thinking. Auth wants to go back to Asia Mall. Like, that was his condition. I'm like, he's like, yeah, we can totally do that early, but I want to go to Asia Mall. And I'm like, that's fine, Auth. He loves that place, Alta. He dreams about it, I swear. Oh, TCG Pocket. I should get back to TCG Pocket. Maybe once I'm done. I can't have any more distractions from Burning Crusade Anniversary right now. I really got to get my character up to 70. I'm at midway through like 64 right now. But the minute I'm done with that, I'll probably re-enable Pocket. Why? Don't mind Kirby. Kirby's a little bit of a goof. Oh, wait till I tell Auth. He'll be thrilled to hear that. Oh yeah, that's the other thing for anyone from Avni's chat. Author Blues is my partner, so we get a lot of stories here about Author Blues. Just in case people want to know why I talk about him a lot. I also call him Otter. He's a good Pika, by the way, as the weather starts getting better, we'll probably be back your way soon to go get dinner again. I've been kind of craving a good Italian dinner lately. Kirby, did you honestly not know that? If you didn't, I will not make fun of you. I may chuckle at it. Did you honestly not know that? Now you got me wondering if you didn't know that. I mean, you wouldn't be the first person. Slow Beef didn't know either, like, last year. You never yeah, right, Kirby. My one friend, Slow Beef, legitimately did not know until Auth and I, like, explicitly told him, so that's why I thought you may be serious. You know how I struggle with sarcasm. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate it, I'm just saying I struggle with it. Yeah, a little bit. I would not describe Kirby's posting as constipated, that's for damn sure. Did we get a shout out for Avni, by the way? I need to see if we got a shout out for Avni. If not, I will be happy to do that. I'll be happy to do it again, honestly. That's fine. Oh, hello also. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'll do my best, but I apologize if I badger that. I see I have a new name in my YouTube chat. Just give me a quick second here to finish up the stage. Is it Move a Quick? I've been streaming for 13 years. How many more years do you think I'll be streaming? I don't know. When I started streaming, people would tell me I wouldn't be streaming 10 years, and now here I am on year 13, you know? So I guess it depends on you all. You know, chat is at the core of my success. So, I mean, I can be persistent all I want to, but I can't do it without y'all. So the more successful I am, the more I'll continue to do it, you know? I don't know if that answers your question, but it's the best answer I got. Move Quick. Oh, that's a cool name, actually. I'll do my best to remember. I'll do my best to remember that. I really like that, actually. Nice name. But yeah, welcome. Nice to see you on YouTube. Thank you so much. And if you don't mind me asking real quick, move quick, I'll let you lurk if you want to. But I have one question because I'm still trying to find my footing on YouTube. How did you find me? Because like I said, I know you're a new face, and I'm still trying to figure out YouTube. I'm still trying to get the ins and outs of YouTube. I'm still fairly new on it. So, the more I know about how people find me, the better. But yeah, really nice to meet you. I've given you some things to think about. You know, you can't continue the patterns you follow. Thank you for all I've shared. I have the worst imposter syndrome you could imagine, even failing to overcome for years. I still get imposter syndrome, Jumpman. And I got some news for you, too. I'm not gonna, like, obviously out anyone, but I've talked to streamers that are 10 times my size that still have struggles with imposter syndrome. And I say that because I don't want you to feel alone. It's perfectly okay to struggle with that. It's perfectly valid to have those feelings. Like, it's okay. And it does take some time. You were just on Twitch. Okay. All right. So that's how you found me then. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, thank you. I still appreciate that information. Like, that's, again, good for me to know. Thank you. Yeah, you think about that a lot as a content creator, Kirby. I would agree. And I know that I particularly struggle because a lot of my colleagues, a lot of my friends tend to not struggle to get games into events as much as I do well, maybe not recently, just throughout a lot of my streaming career. So like that used to create a lot of imposter syndrome for me personally. It's like, oh, is my skill not there or something? That was my fault. I got too impatient. I'll claim responsibility for that one. I should have waited. This is not a speed run, despite whatever that clock may say. You think the more successful I am, you almost get more of it? I never thought about it that way, Blue. Yeah, it's a thing, Kirby, for sure. I struggle much less from it nowadays, but I still feel it every now and then when I try out for something and I don't get into it. Like, that's definitely something I have historically struggled with. Again, it's something that I plan on working on this year. Like, obviously, I'm going to be putting myself in high failure situations, like submitting games to GDQ, even, you know, submitting to hosting. Like, scenarios where it's likely I will fail more than succeed, and that's okay. Like, that's definitely okay. But I'm not going to hold myself back because I'm afraid of failing. Oh, you fought me through Daphne's raid. Oh, that's very nice. By the way, I'm going to get another shout out for Avney in a second here because I want to make sure even if we shout out twice, that's fine. I'd rather acknowledge somebody twice than not acknowledge at all, so. See, Kirby, I gotta learn from that. There's a lot I can learn from that, for sure. Huh, forgot that block was there. Let's see. There we go. Oh, oops. No, not raid. There we go. Sorry about that. Sometimes you just hit the wrong command. We are back. Yo, Smoke Bagel, welcome back. How are you doing? Yeah, you can repost to Moobot and shoutouts. Yeah, feel free, Pika. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Thank you. You applied for your first apartment. Yo, congratulations, Smoke Bagel Boy. That's exciting. But yeah, I'm definitely putting myself in a lot of places where I feel vulnerable to that, but that's okay. Like, I need to feel the feeling and let it be, you know? I need to be afraid of those things because then I'm not taking chances. Like, I need to feel the feeling and do it anyways, you know? So remember, Jumpman, when I said I was having like difficulties last fall? Very funny, Talis. I hit a major burnout point last fall. Like, it wasn't, and it was burnout meets a mental health crisis. It was like a double whammy for me, right? So when I talked about being inspired by that person prior to the raid, like literally he kind of saved my career. Like, not like he'll ever know, but he literally saved my career. I was very much burnt out. I was very much just ready to give up, and I saw that movie and like I was like, no, I cannot give up. And then I watched Bridgerton and I said, no, I cannot give up. And then I watched Fellow Travelers and I'm like, nope, not gonna give up. I'm gonna be that passionate. And that was one of the things that changed me, you know? And what works for me isn't gonna work for everyone. I'm just telling you how it worked for me, you know? So yeah, I mean, I might joke about like celebrity crushes, but at the same time, it's like, no, like this person legit saved my life. He'll never know it, but he legit saved and changed my life. Who knows? Maybe stranger things have happened. Life kind of works weirdly, you know? I mean, honestly, I don't need him to even ever talk to me. I just, for some reason, okay, can you not? I was talking to Paratrooper there. I just want him to know one day. I just want him to know that he's helped me out, and I'm going to try to give back in the best way I know how. And if that's all that is, then that's all it is. But that's how I feel about it, you know? All right, let's get out of World 2. I would like to get out of World 2 again. That would be nice. There we go. There we go. That's how you do that. I got lucky there. Come on. You can do it. Yes! Let's go. I noticed a couple people from the raid follow me, by the way. I never shout out people who follow me from a raid. I don't want to be rude, but I just want to say, hey, thanks for giving me a chance. I really appreciate it. Seen a couple of you follow me from the raid. Again, still open to AMA from people who I've never heard from before. So if you have any questions about me, I am very much an open book, very genuine with everything I've been doing. So if there's something you're curious about, just let me know. I'm pretty chill about stuff. And again, if you just want to sit here and lurk, that's also okay. Like, you don't have to talk. Just want to open up the door/floor for anyone who might want to. I like meeting new people. Kwai, I think if you were to ever like make a Twitch name and follow my channel, I feel like I would just kind of sink into my chair and blush and be like, that's not him. But what if, you know? No, my chat doesn't bite. Ah, the bear! Okay, move your ass. Come on. Thank you. Okay. You're fine, Jumpman. I don't think you've crossed any boundaries. Don't worry about that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Why? Stop doing this, Swirty. Swirty, you're such an asshole. You know that? You're such a freaking asshole. Okay. Here, you want to know what was keeping me calm through that stage? Do you want to know what was keeping me calm through that stage? Here, chat. Here. Here. Look at this baby on the left. Oh, wait. I have to refresh that. Shit. Where are my critters? I have to refresh my cache, and I can't remember. Oh, here we go. Look at that baby on the left eating. Look at that baby on the left eating. What a sweetie. What a sweetie. Okay. I couldn't help it. I know. That one had a precious face, but by the time I got back in there, the baby wasn't doing anything, so I know. Good friends. Good friends. Yeah, that one was looking at me munching the entire time, right at the camera while I was in the water stage. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to show the world to you because you are a cute, cute, cute rack. I know. Yo, take care, what? Here. Here, we'll go back to it now. This one on the left, look at them. Look at them eating. They're sitting there like people, just eating and just living their best life. Look at that, sweetie. Look at that, sweetie. That's a good baby. Oh yeah, I also love animals, but most people know that about me. I know, what a sweetie. Alright. Yo, take care, Jumpman. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, gamer. Hopefully I helped out in some kind of way. Yes, please do, Kawaii. I want to see the records. I love racks so much. I got one of the best chats around. If they don't want to miss out, they'll follow. I have full confidence. Please, thank you. Bum, bum, bum. I haven't scared all of them away yet, so maybe some of them do believe in me. Or they're on the fence and they need to see more game, and one of the two, you know? Also, sorry, I'll move quick. How many hours do you think my next longest speedrun will be? You mean like a speedrun formal, or you're talking about YOLO here? Because YOLO is a little different. Those are two different answers. I'm happy to answer either, but I don't know if you mean like a formal speedrun or like my next YOLO run. Yep, I'm doing my best. Just in general, I haven't done a formal speedrun since like Forbidden Memories. Forbidden Memories would probably be the last one. For YOLO, it depends on what kind of game I want to do for YOLO. This one will probably take me, if I'm being realistic, probably a couple hundred attempts. And that's if everything goes well, you know, it might not go well, and that's okay. I would say the possibilities are endless as long as I can keep a cool head and not take shit too seriously. The minute I start taking shit too seriously, that's when my possibilities go away. But if I learn how to be more lighthearted about stuff, then I tend to succeed more. So it's just about having a good attitude, right? Yes, I run Forbidden Memories. Actually played it at one of the GDQs. I would still like to get a better time on my Castlevania shuffler. I would like to get the sub 3 in Castlevania shuffler. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I would like to. Oh, that Bowser was one of the nicest 4-4 Bowsers I've ever seen. Are you talking about Retro Achievements, bro? Retro Achievements is great. We do that every so often here. But yeah, there is a big favor to anyone still around watching. If you are on YouTube, I'm still growing my YouTube channel, and I am trying to get more subscribers. Not the thing that costs money, that's memberships. I'm still trying to get more subscribers on YouTube. So if you go to youtube.com/Skybilz and just hit that subscribe button, that would mean so much to me, and it is completely free to do. I'm hoping to maybe get anywhere between up to 7,500 and 10,000 as my follower number this year, just because, well, I'm already 30,000 here on Twitch, and my YouTube has a long way to go to catch up with it. So if you can do that, those few clicks would mean a lot to me. It's only if you want to. I'm not gonna force you, but I would really appreciate it. What would give you to play Zelda CDI games? Same thing I would say with anything that's not mainstream of mine. Charity. Charity or a bigger audience? Incentives? That hurt. Fricker. Got 2 runs into the 5s tonight, though. The thing is, I can avoid that death. That is my speedrunner brain trying to do speedrunner things there. That was an easy death to avoid. No, I mean, I actually think the Wanda Gamelon soundtrack is really cool. But like, it's not really like a popular thing for people to watch. Like, that's the thing, right? Sometimes I'll be transparent. Sometimes I make decisions on what to play based on what people like to watch. People have been really into this lately, and I've kind of had the speedrunner mindset for this, so I've been doing this a lot lately. Well, hello, Jester Jess. Thank you for asking how I'm doing. Welcome to YouTube. Appreciate that. Hope you're having a good evening. It's wonderful to meet you. Admittedly, I'm streaming a little bit outside of my normal hours right now. My new hours have been 6:30 p.m. to midnight, but I worked my second job at Games Done Quick Hotfix tonight. I am the showrunner for Random Number Generation, so I started stream at about 10:30 tonight. Any advice for getting into Zelda? Oh, that's a good question. You finished Ocarina of Time a decade ago, but didn't vibe with it. Aw, I hope you're gonna enjoy it on Thursday. I'm streaming the randomizer on Thursday. I guess that depends. Do you want to play 2D or 3D Zelda? We're actually going to be playing Ocarina of Time here on Thursday, but it's going to be a randomizer. So I'm going to be playing a cooperative game with a friend of mine through a program called Archipelago, and we are going to be finding items in each other's games to help out each other. So there is that. No nostalgia? I would say try Breath of the Wild if you can. I would say try Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Those are 2 entirely beautiful games. I know that there's a whole pocket of people that are like, oh, those are overrated, or oh no, that doesn't feel like a real Zelda. Give it a try. If the traditional Zelda doesn't vibe with you, chances are Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom will vibe with you. So give that a try and let me know what you think. You only need to Switch 1 to play Breath of the Wild, and I know Switch 1s have kind of come down in price. Those randomizers are pretty good. I get that. I get that. But I would say Breath of the Wild would be my recommendation for you if you want to get into a Zelda, but Ocarina of Time didn't vibe with you. Does that help? The weapon see, here's the thing. I don't mind the weapon durability being bad. Like, don't get attached to a weapon. Like, I know that's kind of a silly way for me to put it, but I'm being dead honest with you. Don't let that stop you from playing the game. A lot of people kind of, like oversell how bad the weapon durability is. I agree, Jester Jess. I'm right there with you. Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game, and I love Zelda. Like, I love most of the series, so I definitely think Breath of the Wild's the best one. But again, you know, take the Pepsi challenge. You don't have to take my word for it, you know? Like, that's just how I would recommend it. It's a good question, though. It's a good question. I've had people ask me the same stuff about Final Fantasy, and I know I have some unpopular answers in that department. I am one of the few people whose favorite Final Fantasy is 12. It's the same idea. It's like, most people are not going to like 12, but most people would like 10, and 10 would be the one I'd recommend for getting into Final Fantasy. Well, 10 is my recommendation if you want to get into Final Fantasy. I am a 12 girl, but, like, I know not a lot of people like 12, so I would say 10. Like, Final Fantasy 12 will forever be in my heart. Balthier is, like, my man in Final Fantasy. Well, no, I can't say that! I can't say that because of 14 now. This is so unfair. This is so unfair. I don't even care. See where my mind just went? We all know where my mind just went. Everyone has to take a back seat now with Final Fantasy because of Catboy. No, you don't understand. When it comes to things that split something with Final Fantasy, it's literally Catboy, Power Gap, everything else I like about it. Like, you gotta, and I haven't even played 14, okay? I have a very unfair bias, and I'm not gonna take it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that's the way my mind works. Sorry, not sorry, you know? I'm not gonna apologize for the way my mind functions with that. I just don't. Yeah. Yeah. Graha's so cute. But Balthier's like my second most favorite. You know what? Why don't we just do a remake of FF12 and get him to voice Balthier? Then everything can just be all tied together. Why don't we just do that instead? And be like, you know, I know, like, you have a charity to run, and I know you're supposed to act in Bridgerton, but, like, can you just read over all these Balthier lines, and I'll make my own mod, and we can just go our own way? No. Sorry. I'm gonna make myself blush, and I'm gonna jump into a Koopa's ass again, you know? Oh my gosh. I told myself I wouldn't fangirl this hard, and I'm fangirling this hard, and it's not great for anything. Okay. No, it's not great. I'm gonna blush and sink into my chair. People don't need to know about that. I'm just too much. I'm too open. I'm too open. I'm sure it's hilarious to watch from the other side, but sometimes it's a little embarrassing for me, you know? Oh, come on. That's what happens. That is a fine textbook example of what happens when I start losing my shit. All right, let's try it again. know, Spoon. I know. I know. I know. Do you think I care about phrasing at a time like this? I don't. Listening to me talk and watching Mario's video, you're like, well, I appreciate that, Jess. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for being here and keeping me company. You know, it works both ways. Death due to embarrassment, yeah. Skybilz admits to being a hopeless fangirl that will not get all of her hopes and dreams to come true. Film at 11, you know? Nothing going on over here. Hey, thanks so much for the raid, Rapchick. Appreciate that. Welcome on in. Oh, really, Lorelai? Okay, so what does audio description mean? What does that mean? Explain that to me, because I've heard that term before, but I have no clue what it means. It's one of those things, like, I am terrible with abbreviations. Oh, right, it's in your name. It's in your name, right? Is that what that's referring to, actually? It's describing what's going on screen, on stage for people who are blind or visual. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. That's really sweet, actually. I never knew about that. So, one of the things I actually use, I use closed captioning all the time. I've talked about this before, but I don't mind talking about this again. I do use closed captioning a lot, and it's because I have audio processing issues. Like, sometimes I'll hear something. Oh, it's good, Rapchi. I don't care if it is a self-raid or a raid with, 300 people in it. I'm just happy that you thought of me. So here. Thank you. Welcome on in. But I use closed captioning actually quite a bit, because there are times where, like, I understand what's going on, but it's easier for me to read it. Or sometimes I just can't process what's going on, so that helps me out. Probably why I also do better with some of these 2D games, because I'm entirely going off of muscle memory. You're not even streaming tonight, and it's letting you raid by yourself repeatedly? Interesting. Still, it's the thought that matters to me. Thank you. That's very kind of you. But yeah, one of the reasons why I actually like to yap while I do 2D stuff I'm actually very familiar with is because I don't have to think too much about what's going on here. The ADA has changed so that any film that gets a major theatrical release and a lot of major streaming releases. Oh, really? That's interesting. Well, it's the same reason why I was talking to Drex about this earlier today, actually. Not only do I have anxiety from talking on the phone, I have to ask people to repeat themselves over and over and over. And, like, people have gotten, like, unfairly irritated with me. It's not that I'm not interested in what somebody has to say. It's that between dialects and between just the fact that I don't have something to read off of, I sometimes need to be told something a couple times just to fully understand what's going on, right? Oh, that's really cool, Lorelai. I never knew that. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to two Broadway shows next month. I'm going to see Heathers and I'm going to see Hadestown. Both of them will be a first time for me. So I'm really looking forward to seeing both of them in New York City next month. Really, Lorelai? Yeah, I haven't seen Hadestown yet. I'm really looking forward to it, though. I've heard a lot of good things. Bob, you're not kidding. You are definitely not kidding. Yeah. The answer is yes. Yes. But that's okay. I am okay with that. I am comfortable with who I am, despite how silly sometimes I feel. Yeah, controller breakers. My partner actually has ADHD, and he uses closed captioning right along with me. So we actually watch everything that we can with closed captioning for that reason. So yeah, that is a very real thing. Yes. I'm actually kind of hoping soon. I don't know if it'll happen anytime soon. I would love it. Does anybody know if GDQ has had closed captioning recently, like at any of the main lines? Because I'm there live sometimes and I don't understand what people are saying, and it would be nice to be able to pull it up on my phone and get closed captioning so I can process what's going on better. But yeah, I get a lot of anxiety from talking on the phone, and lately I've been trying to get a hold of some of the social impact fund for some very important stuff, and I understand people are busy. I get it. Like, I'm not angry about it. I'm just like, okay, what am I going to do to fix this? And, oh, can you run, please, Luigi? Thank you. I may have to, like, make a phone call later this week, and, like I'll do it, because I obviously really want this. I really want to be able to use the Twitch charity tool, and it's very important to me so I can continue to raise money in the way I would like to for charity. But, like, I've sent, like, quite a few emails and haven't gotten anything back yet, so needless to say, I might have to make a call this week, and I'm like, oh, God, I hate using the phone so much. The only people I really talk to on the phone is when I need to make an appointment with somebody and when I need to talk to, like, my parents, for instance, or my in-laws. Like, I think that was something. I don't think I can ever get used to using a phone. I'll do it when I need to. I will very much do it when I need to. But I get so much anxiety from using the phone. Everything from asking someone to repeat themselves over and over and them getting irritated with me, and me not understanding what's going on because I don't have, like, a text form of it. Yeah. So, like, I'll talk on the phone if I need to, but we talked about this earlier this week, and the absolute note for me, I do not leave voicemails. I do not. The only time I would leave a voicemail is if, like, somebody won some kind of prize and they wanted me to record a voicemail for them. Like, that's fine. I don't know why that's fine, but that's fine. But, like, other than that, I really don't like using voicemail because, like, you can't go back and edit it. And again, part of that is kind of playing into, like, my OCD, right? Like, my OCD tendencies, that I can't go back and edit it, that I can't, suddenly I start obsessing about, okay, well, what happens if I made a mistake, you know? That kind of stuff keeps me up at night, you know? I prefer to not have an episode like that. It sucks, frankly. But yeah, I never knew that, Lorelai. Like, I'm actually really happy learning about that. Also, again, for anyone new here, I am, again, like I was talking about before, I'm a very open person. We have a lot of, like, real discussions here. Also, we just have a lot of, like, real goofy discussions here, too. So, like, you're gonna get all different aspects of my personality from this. So if you vibe with that, again, just, like, give me a follow. I promise I'll make it work through a while. It's about the only other pitch I have for myself right now. Yeah, I'd rather, like, leave a text message or wait to try to call again than leave a voicemail. That's so cool, Lorelai. I really like that. I am myself sometimes to a fault. But again, I'm learning to accept that, you know? I'm okay with it. I might get a little embarrassed once in a while, but that's all right. That's just part of streaming, you know? Spoon. You expect me to believe that? Rev, it doesn't, I cannot say this enough. Like, it doesn't matter, like, how many people you raid with. Like, and that's very generous of you, and I very much appreciate that. But, like, don't feel bad that it was just you either, you know? Like, I get it. I appreciate, you know, someone, if it's one person coming in here to talk about stuff, or if it's many people, you know? I appreciate it all the same, I assure you. Oh, for sure, for sure. I get that. Well, that's good that you're learning stuff about yourself, controller breakers. Again, like, if it's just, again, like, I am not a medical professional, but, like, if you struggle with, like, trying to listen in on a conversation and, like, it's either an attention thing or it's, like, you need a text form of the thing and it's hard to understand without that, yeah, like, it was definitely groundbreaking for me when I found out that about myself, you know? Sometimes just being able to figure out, okay, what can I do to make myself function better, like, on a day-to-day life, like, that's game-changing for a lot of people. So if some of my discussions have kind of helped you think about that... I almost toasted my own ass there. All right, come on, buddy. Let's get across the finish line here. Okay, sure, game. We'll play by those rules. Please? Please? Okay. Jesus. That was such a shitty pattern there. The biggest thing you notice that is in crowds are areas that make a lot of noise, like a water park or anxiety jump. Okay, so I feel that way, except, like, sometimes I'll go to, like, my friend's room at a GDQ, and if there's too many people in there, there's too many conversations going on, and that is very overwhelming for me. That is very overstimulating to have too many conversations happen in one room. Like, I can do it if I'm at, like, a professional conference or something like that, but when it comes to, like, my own personal time, and I'm trying to unwind for the day, I would prefer there not being 50 conversations in one room, just bouncing off walls. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I get that. I totally understand where you're coming from there. Oh, come on, Sky. Oh, emus, that's actually very helpful. Thank you. I'll have to remember that. Also, question from YouTube. Hang on. Why did I take that chance again? Hang on, let me read this. Since I said something about charity, what do I think about all these charity places, and what they... Okay, so I actually don't know much about that, but what I do know is I wholeheartedly trust the people who are in charge of the Shameless Fund. Like, there's nothing like that going on here, so I'm very careful about what charities I choose to raise money for on stream. So it's just one of those, like, people got to do their research, right? And I did some pretty thorough research before I started raising money for them, so. That's why when you do that, you just make sure. There's, like, so many different ways to, like, go through assessing a charity. Like, are they approved by the United States and then whatever country it might originate in? In this case, it's the UK, right? Is it possible it itself or its parent company on Twitch Charity? In this case, its parent company, Social Impact Funds on Twitch Charity. Like, there's just a lot of different avenues you have to go through. What I'm saying is you can trust my judgment for what I do charity work for, because I wouldn't do it for anything bogus. If I'm willing to raise money for a charity, I'm putting my own personal name and stream on the line because I trust it that much. Okay, please don't do that to me, William. Okay, we're going back to 5-4. Let's go. We're getting through 4-4 more and more lately. That's kind of nice. Yeah, what Oda said, Guide Star is another way to look at a charity organization. Okay, come on. Okay. Oh my God, please don't do that game. Of course he double flames there, you dick. Or please. All right, we're going to World 6. Let's go. By the way, when I do eventually finish this, it will be at least $30 for the Shameless Fund, if not more. But I need to finish this damn run. Not just this run period. I'm just saying, like, lost levels. YOLO. This is a charity one. Jesus. Okay. Okay. All right. It's a PB if we can get past this next stage for YOLO. Yeah. Did not like where that was going. Okay, drop down, thank you. Okay. Forced my hand there, that little fricker. We're gonna make it. That's a PB for YOLO. Let's go. Yo, Tanix, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate that. Hell yeah, Tanix, I appreciate that, gamer. I'll give you a shout out when I can. I'm in the middle of a run right now, but thank you. Yeah. Love the emotes. Oh my gosh. All right, another PB. Let's go. Thank you, Trisha. I think it's up. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Okay. Oh God, this is bad. Okay. Got lucky. Come on. Let's go. All right. That's a massive PB. Let's freaking go. That is a hell of a place to lose a run. It's right at the beginning of 7-1. All right. Good run. Good run. New PB. I didn't even die in 6-4 at all. That's a silly way to lose a run. Thank you. I'm actually kind of proud of that run. That was a good one. By the way, let's look at a cutie for a second. Y'all, look at this one. Now, it shouldn't be sitting in the food. It should not be sitting in the food, but what a baby sitting in there. Oh my goodness. Look at all these babies eating. I know. They're so adorable. I love them. I love every single last one of them. I know. If that one would just get its butt out of the food. What a bunch of sweeties. Need my awe moments every now and then to help out with my concentration. Yeah. Get your butt out of the food. So again, y'all, we'll do another run or two tonight. Normally, I'm live from 6:30 p.m. Eastern to about midnight, but tonight I had to work my second job, so we were a little bit later tonight, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that will happen, or if I need to take a nap or something, sometimes I'll be a little bit later, but I prefer not to. I feel this, y'all. One of these days, I'm gonna beat this challenge. It'll feel so good too. That's a hard game to do, damageless. Or rather deathless, maybe damageless. Yo, take care, Controller Breaker. I hope you feel better once it's all done. I know the anxiety or the stress leading up to it's usually worse than the thing itself. So you got this, gamer. You have a good night, all right? Oh, I know. Still, I hope it goes well for you. Of course, of course. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah. I know it is getting late for some, and late for a lot of people lately. Again, please leave follows wherever you can on my stuff. Primarily Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram are probably like my 3 main ones. That would be a big help for the stream. And all of them are free. Jeez. Can't be taking risks already in 1-4. Yeah, the 7s are where things are gonna start getting sketchy anyways. Like 7-1 and 7-2, like they're okay, they kind of suck. 7-3 isn't too bad. 7-4 is gonna be a big barrier, and then 7-4 and then 8-4. Everything else I feel kind of good about, but 7-4 and 8-4 just kind of suck. Also, under 400 followers away from 31K on Twitch. Let's go. Love that. Hi, Kirby. By the way, I do plan on submitting the shuffler again to SGDQ, the any percent Mario shuffler. I feel like with all the practice I've been doing lately, I should be quite polished for it. Should I get it in? Well, I've been doing this for 13 years. My YouTube following is almost 3,400, almost 3,400. So right now, short-term goals, 31,000 I'd like to get to as soon as I can on Twitch. I'd like to get up to 4,000 on YouTube and 1,000 on Instagram. Those are like my 3 short-term goals right now. Just have a bunch of short-term goals and they eventually add up, you know? It's an otter! I like you too. I like you a bunch, Mr. Otter. That's my partner. Hi, Mr. Otter. How are you doing? Oth, we just had a run go to 7-1. I died at the beginning of 7-1, but we just had a hitless run. Not just deathless. We had a hitless run going all the way up to 7-1. Me! Can you believe that? That was a hell of a PB. Hey, Laserfern. That's a big PB. 7-1, by the way. This is a hard game, and I got to 7-1 without taking a hit on Luigi. That was pretty neat. You're not wrong, J Money. You're not wrong. By the way, again, I am going to be doing a little bit of shameless promoting here. I am trying to get up to 4,000 subscribers, I guess it would be on YouTube. Not the thing that costs money, the thing that don't cost money. On YouTube, we just crossed the under 400 till 31,000 threshold on here. And as for Instagram, I am almost under 300 away from 1,000 on there. So if anyone wants to be like up to date on my stuff and you're not, that is an easy, free way to help out if you want to. Or don't, you know, that's fine. But I am on all 3 of those, and I've been trying to boost those lately, so any help would be appreciated in any of those departments. Also, for the raid real quick, because I don't care about my timer right now. My timer's whatever. It's for YOLO. Y'all, this is for the raid. Look at this little baby sitting on the left. I couldn't help it. This cute one just came and sat down, and I'm like, I have to share this baby with chat. The one on the left should not be sitting in the food. Should not be sitting in the food. But is a cutie nonetheless. I know. I know. What a sweetheart, huh? Aww. Look at that little round friend. What a sweetie. Yes, get your butt out of the food, please, and thank you. I mean it. Alright. Back to this. There's always time for critters, chat. Remember that. Nobody wants... Okay, did that rat get the consent of all the other rats to put its butt in the food? Consent is key, I'm told. There was no consent from the other rats for that, okay? Do you sit in your... Okay, technically whoever served me pocket fruit sat in the food before I ate it. Technically. If we're gonna be on the technical matter. Oh my goodness, look at that one sitting there. Still sitting in that food. Still being cute though, too. Aw. What a baby. What a baby. Aww. Yeah, but isn't that gonna take 1,000 years or something, J-Money? Isn't that gonna take 1,000 years? For racks to be domesticated, I mean. I hate that block. Why do we even have that lever? Alright, one more for the Osraid. One more for the Osraid. It is nice seeing some improvement in this game, though. Bum, bum, bum. Humanity has nothing but... I mean, you're not wrong, Bob. You are not wrong in the slightest there. You think I would know that block was coming? I don't. It could literally be waving a neon light saying, hey, don't hit me, and it hit the damn thing at least a quarter of the time. Hey, sweetie, how are you doing? How was your stream? How is your stream doing? I like you too. Don't tell anyone though, it's a secret. Stream was good? Hell yeah. Why does the name Riven sound familiar to me? What is that, another like puzzly game that's like in the same vein as Myst? All those sound so familiar to me, but I don't know what they really are. If you missed the good rack earlier. Since you're here now, and since you're talking in my chat, now you have to see the rack. Now everyone has to see the rack again, because Oz here. There you go. There's the baby sitting in food. Hi. Hi, you're cute. You're very cute. Alright. I can't help it, that one's got a really freaking cute face. We break for critters on this stream. And I need to have one more thing because I would like to get another run past World 1 at the very least. What a garbage attempt. I think my brain's getting tired, but I want to give it one more run past World 1. What does MOBA stand for again? I should know this as a gamer, but I don't. Part of it's just because I'm really bad with acronyms. I said past World 1. I said past World 1. I said past World 1. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Hey, subwoofers. So, y'all, want to know something really cool? I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with, like, super duper old school streamers and speedrunners. I know, Auth and I are some of them. I got Samurai Man to agree to be on my RNG show in 2 weeks, and I'm really stoked because I started watching Samurai Man. I started watching Samurai Man before I started streaming, so it's kind of buck wild that he's going to be on my show. Massive orbs bouncing around. That's great. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's just really cool having someone on one of my shows that predates me as a streamer. I find that kind of thing interesting. I've also contacted ZFG for a show. I'm kind of hoping he gets back to me. That's another one that I believe was streaming before I was streaming. But yeah, your stream sounded like a lot of fun. Also, welcome Stale Meme Emporium. I love that name. Good name. Good name. Auth help. I'm stuck in like I'm kind of speedrunning, but kind of also doing YOLO, but also kind of doing both. It's been an odd mode, but I'm enjoying myself again. Like, I'm actually having fun doing this, despite me failing at this, you know, this many times. I guess that's what it's all about. I've hosted arcade. I have hosted a pit before. I've hosted 2 pits before. I'd like to host pit again, but yeah, I'm waiting for Smite to ask. I don't want to just do it, you know. Hosting arcade pit's actually kind of fun. It was fun doing the in-person version of it. Yeah. But yeah, I've been enjoying the lost levels lately. Because I want to, you know, the more failure I experience with this game, the more I know I will very much covet that success once I get it. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum. Yeah, Lost Levels does a bunch of odd things with its springs. I was telling people earlier how excited I am that we're going to be seeing Hadestown and Heathers. I'm so excited about seeing Hadestown and Heathers, and of course visiting my sister, which is more important than both of those, but still, I'm excited to see Hadestown and Heathers. It's going to be so good. I saw what that Podobo was doing. It was kissing Santa Claus. Oh, really, Lorelai? That's sweet. William, why must you make my life a living hell today? Oh my gosh, there's one in front. Okay, I thought I was gonna fall in the hole, and I may have laughed at myself a little bit. Aww. They just announced, oh, right, the physical Pokemon pinball. No, I heard about that, Spoon. I heard about that. Okay, nice. This was a good pattern. This was a very good pattern I got in this one. Oh, hang on for a second, Emus. Remember saying open a book because you hope that talking about stuff helps people? Well, it did with you today because it helped something very important click about a bad situation you had, and that's going to be helpful and heal. Oh, Emus. Emus, thank you so much. I'm sorry that you're in the bad situation, but I hope it helps. No, I'm happy to talk about that kind of stuff, honestly, like... That means a lot, thank you. I hope things get resolved soon, or at least, like, you know, a little bit fixed. Aw, Emus, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm happy that you're out of the bad situation, though. That's good. But sometimes it takes a little bit more than just physically getting out or some of the situation. Like, sometimes not everything's resolved all at once, so... I get that. Alright, we're going to World 4. Ba, 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 ba. But I appreciate you for sharing that. Thank you. I'm happy to do what I can. So tomorrow we'll be back with more YOLO stuff, probably around like 6:30 or so. And again, I don't know what I'm gonna play until I sit down to play it. I just know it's from my YOLO list. That's about as best as I can do. Some days I'm in the mood to play some stuff, and other days I'm in the mood to play other stuff. But I know I'm practiced in this right now, and I can get this soon. Nice. Yeah, World, like, from this angle, from, like, the you can't die angle, World 4 is definitely hard. There we go. You think it might be helpful at either at the beginning or the end of a YOLO time stream to just go all the way to the end of the game regardless of deaths? Maybe, yeah. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense to me. Boo. Except for tonight, though. It is kind of late. But yeah, no, I could do that at the end of like a longer stream. Just tonight I've been working a lot. But no, that could absolutely be helpful. And I got a full file up to D4, like for that reason. But yeah, I want to spend some time with Mr. Blues. I worked pretty hard today. And again, just drop a follow on our subscription on YouTube, a follow on Twitch, follow on Instagram. Like all those are like enormous helps to me. So any way in which people can help, I would greatly appreciate that. Everything is all Skybilz, so you should be able to find me on all of those. Of course, yeah. I believe my friend Drex is still streaming. Again, Thursday. Ocarina of Time Archipelago with Drex. Please come out and show your support for both myself and Drex. Drex is trying to get partners, so I am trying to help out a friend who's done a lot for me, especially recently. So it would mean a lot if y'all gave Drex a hand. Drex is a pretty cool guy, too. Very entertaining. Oh, God, is he doing Yeah, he's doing Castlevania for... And he's got Payday on screen. Yes. Of course. Thank you all for being here as well. It meant a lot to me to spend time with you all, so thank you so much for everything. And again, let's go support my good friend Drex. He deserves a lot of love. Very cool person. And I will see you back here tomorrow at about 6:30 Eastern, if not maybe a little bit before, with more YOLO content. Thank you again so much to everyone, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Thank you for all the love. Y'all mean a lot to me. Thank you. And YouTube, I'm going to stop the stream here first before I forget.